Hey everybody, Dr. Greco here. Welcome to Ministry in a Minute. We've been working through Luke 14, verses 25 to 35, talking about the cost of discipleship. And Jesus says, I don't want you to stay in the crowd. I want you to make it personal. I want you to get to know me and follow me and serve me. But he says, it's not about you, and it's going to be difficult. Okay? And then in verse 28, he starts out verse 28 with this word, suppose. And he goes on to say, suppose one of you wants to build a tower, and then suppose there was a king going to war. He gives these examples of how we can add up the cost of following him, how we should examine it. And there's one message, one lesson I want to take away from this. The word suppose tells us that following Jesus is not an emotional decision. See, our world is so caught up in emotions. Our world is so driven by how we feel that we miss the fact that God said feelings are good, they're fine, God has given them to us to magnify the joys of this world and also highlight the sorrows of the world. But they are not supposed to be what drives us. And Jesus doesn't say, if it makes you feel good, follow me. Okay? He doesn't say, follow your heart. He says, I want you to think about this. I want you to get out a list of paper and write down the pros and the cons. Now, the biggest pro is we're going to grow the kingdom. Another pro is we're doing what God has called us to do, and where will we find greater joy or peace? Okay? So what's in the pro list on the first two lines undoes anything on the con list. But Jesus says, make sure you understand and you're purposeful about getting into this relationship with me, this walk we call ministry, because it will be difficult, it will cost you something, and there's a purpose and a mission that you don't get to define behind what we do. Okay? So he wants us to think about it. He wants us to know what we're getting into. He wants us to plan it and be purposeful and listen to him as he tells us how to serve his kingdom. We'll see you tomorrow for another Ministry in a Minute.